Hello students, today we are going to see exercise 1.5. The first question is using the functions f and g given below, find f of g and g of f. Check whether f of g is equal to g of f. So what is that? They have given the f of x and g of x functions, and what we are going to check, we are going to check whether these two are equal or not. So they have given the first question, f of x is x minus x, g of x is x squared. So first we need to find f of g. So I'm going to start the solution. F of g is nothing but f of g of x. So inside f, we are going to update the x part of g of x. So f of x is x minus 6. Inside x, what we are going to do? We are going to substitute x squared, that is f of. So instead of x, we are going to update x squared, that is x squared minus 6. This would be our first equation, that is f of g. Next is g of f. It is also is equal to g of f of x. Same, instead of f, we are going to put x squared of x squared. F of x is x minus 6. So instead of x, we are going to substitute x minus x, 6. That is x minus 6 the whole square. If you want, you can stop here, or else you can expand this term. That is, it looks like a minus b the whole square, but at the book we are having till here. So this is the second one. By checking these two things, we can easily find these two are not equal. So therefore f of g not equal to g of f. Second question is f of x is 2 by x. So same, we are going to find the f of g, which is f of g of x. This 2 by x. Instead of x, what we are going to apply? We are going to apply 2 squared, x squared minus 1. 2 divided by 2x squared minus 1. So this is our first equation. Second is g of f. G of f is what? G of f of x. 2x squared minus 1 of, and f of x is 2 by x. So inside this x, we are going to substitute this one. So 2 into 2 by x the whole square minus 1, which in turns to 2 into 2 twos are 4. This will become x squared minus 1, and which in turns to what will happen? 2 fours are 8, 8 by x squared minus 1. So this is the second equation. Obviously these two are not equal. So what we will write? Therefore f of g not equal to g of f. I have written the third question. F of x is 6 plus 6, g of x is 3 minus x. First we have to find f of g, that is f of g of x. Then first we are going to write f of x, that is x plus 6 by 3, with, we are going to, instead of x, we are going to substitute 3 minus 6. Here 3 minus x plus 6 divided by 3, which in turns to 3 minus x plus 6. So 3 plus 6 will be 9. 9 minus x divided by 3. G of x. G of f of x. What is gx? 3 minus x of x plus 6 by 3. Instead of x, we are going to substitute this. 3 minus x plus 6 by 3. So keep the same denominator for this. What we will do the cross multiplication. So then this will become 3 3s are 9. 9 minus x plus 3 divided by 3. So if it is comes here, it will become minus and it will also become minus 6. Okay, 3 3s are 9 minus x, minus into plus minus. So 9 minus x will be 3 minus x divided by 3. So this is our second equation. This is our first equation. So these both are not equal. Therefore, f of g is not equal to g of f. I have written the fourth question. F of x and g of x values I have written. In the solution, f of g is, we know f of g of x, and f of x is 3 plus x of. Why I am writing like this is so that you won't get confused where to substitute the next value. X minus 4. So instead of x, we are going to substitute this. 3 plus x minus 4. So which in turns to what happened? 3 minus 4 will be minus 1. This would be our first equation. Second is g of f. That is g of f of x, x minus 4 of 3 plus x. So instead of x, we are going to substitute this, and 3 plus x, then it will be minus 4. So obviously the answer would be x minus 1. This is second equation. Therefore, f of g is equal to g of f. Fifth question, fifth subsum I have written f of x is 4x squared minus 1. G of x is 1 plus x. Inside the solution, we have to find f of g, f of g of x. 4x squared minus 1 of 1 plus x. Instead of this x, we are going to substitute this. 4 of 1 plus x minus 1. So, which in turns 4 into 1, 4. Actually, we have to put square here. So, I have substituted. How does this looks like? A plus b, the whole square. So, this is a and this is b. The formula is a squared minus plus 2ab plus b squared. So, a is 1, b is x. So, what we are going to do now? 4 1 squared is 1 plus 2 into 1 into x plus x squared minus 1. Then 1 plus 2x plus x squared minus 1, which in turns to, we are going to Multiply this inside. What will happen? 4 into 1 are 4. 4 2s are 8x. 4 into x squared plus 4x squared minus 1. This would be our first equation. Or if you don't want to keep define this, you can just leave this part and you can stop till here. 1 plus x of 4x squared minus 1. That is, instead of x, we are going to apply this. That is 1 plus 4x squared minus 1. So 1 minus 1 will get cancelled. Plus 1 minus 1, which was this would be 4x squared. This is the second equation. You can keep this as first equation, or else you can expand and you can keep it. However, this 2 is not equal. So therefore, f of g is not equal to g of f. That's it, students, for today's class. Thank you.